can see the stars shining through. Good evening, blinds closing. It's just me and you. Soft with the weather, cool with the breeze. Flip through the pages of reality. Float like a feather out to the sea. Roam like a lion, living wild and free. Just like that, snap my fingers. Just like that, dreams get bigger. Just like that, paint a picture. Just like that, just like that, just like, cause what you want, you have it just like. Just like that. Just like that. Just like Anywhere you
Hello everybody, welcome to the Garden Show. My name is Casey, and I am joined today by Derek, Alex, and Ryan. Jordan decided to ditch us in a last-minute effort. Good on him indeed. What you got to say? Alright. So today we have a few different topics outlined here. Alright, there we go. So we have the first topic. We're going to go more into Overkill, The Walking Dead. Because we actually didn't really so much talk about that last week, even though we probably should have.
not too long ago.
And then our number 2 topic is going to be all of the heroes who will be appearing in Avengers Infinity War. Which ones will be confirmed to be on there, which ones we want to see, and which ones we want to see just die at the hands of Thanos. Then we're going to talk about the Spider-Man video game. Then what we want in It, Chapter 2, Stephen King's It. The 5th topic here will be on the Xbox One Elite controller and SCUF controllers. However, I might replace that because Jordan was going to be a big part of that topic, but now I got to replace it. And then we'll talk about New Year's resolutions for the Garden Gnome channel. So, first topic today is going to be Overkill's The Walking Dead. Touched on it a little bit last week. Basically, what Overkill's The Walking Dead is, it's creators of Payday are making a Walking Dead game, and it looks pretty damn cool so far. I hear there might be raids, I hear there might be base building, I hear there might be other stuff. What do you guys think?
Casey, we talked about this, how, like, I asked the question of, will it be, like, less cutscenes in the game than there would be, like, sort of, gameplay, like action and adventure, somewhat.
So you mean, like, less telltale and more action-oriented, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as far as I know, it's pretty much going to be more action-oriented and very much less cutscene-y and, you know, not telltale at all. That's not to say they might not have a few of those aspects in there, but I'm thinking it may be a little bit similar to The Division, but I don't know exactly how the gear is going to work. There's still a lot of rumors out there, and we haven't seen any gameplay at all. But based on the one, I guess, engine trailer, I'd say engine trailer because we see how it looks in the engine and whatnot, but we don't actually see actual gameplay. But based on what we've seen in the engine, it looks beautiful, and it looks like it's going to be action-oriented, but what do we want in a zombie game? Like, what do we want in a game like The Walking Dead?
Good co-op.
Good co-op?
It's like,
Well, they do say they're going to have 4-player co-op. So 4-player co-op like Left 4 Dead.
Is it going to have, like, same people from, like, the original The Walking Dead, or are they going to have, like, different people?
It's going to be someone different this time because I can't remember his name. I know they say it in the trailer, but I can't remember his name. But he's actually in DC, whereas the characters in the show, I think just pretty much originate in Georgia. So it should be unrelated, but maybe we'll see a little bit of a Easter egg when it comes to, the game itself. But I mean, like, what else do we want in a zombie game besides, just good co-op like Left 4 Dead showed us?
Different types of zombies.
but I would say I probably want to have like make sure that it's like good, right? It's more or less what we want in a game. Good, functional, and fun to play. And I really hope they don't have loot boxes. It's the word they should not have.
Let's hope they don't make it pay.
Yeah, pay to win indeed. That would... I don't even know what they would do with that. Just like crates with weapons in it. So
I would find that hard to see that being
A thing on a zombie game like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess I sort of see it.
What they could one like way they could have it is like if they have like any crafting systems, it'd be like if you want the better materials or good attachments for guns, those will be behind the loot boxes. And
I mean, imagine a game like Dying Light. That was very RPG oriented with the fact that they had like different kinds of weapons and better weapons the higher level they were. Like they had different colors for different rarities. Like obviously didn't they have orange in that game? Did anybody play Dying Light in here?
I have not.
usually orange is like the highest rarity.
Yeah.
I think they had oranges, but I know they definitely had purples in there. But I think if it were anything like Dying Light, they would probably try to implement some sort of loot box, but we don't know how Overkill works. I mean, we know they do Payday, but they don't have like loot boxes in Payday, so I don't know how they'll implement it this time around. But
I wonder if
They try to implement loot boxes in there, something to that degree in Payday. They introduced a pay to win feature, and the community just tore them apart for it. It was caused like a huge amount of player drop off in Payday 2, and they've been slowly recovering from that one by backpedaling it a little bit, not too much, but enough to where people still play the game and have given like, okay, so you've took a misstep, but we're just be more cautious from here on out. So they've already had an instance of negative community backlash with microtransactions. So I hope they know they'll just take that to heart and be, let's not make it pay to win. So
Yeah.
oops.
it's all good. The mic's fine.
It's not broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we want it like an RPG co-op that you get good gear and whatnot. But there's also the rumor out there that there might be raids.
That'd be kind of see how they do those.
I wonder if they turn it into like the Payday stuff where you just like go into a house and instead of like police showing up, you just have zombies that come out. You have to go to the back of a van, dry off. Like you do in Payday.
What it might be is like you'd be raiding like other base camps where other survivors are. That might be it. Instead of having like raids, instead of being
that would make more sense than like what you said. Yeah.
It would.
But,
I'm just envisioning something funny.
We'll do another crossover with Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator.
Zombie policeman.
Zombie policeman.
They wouldn't even handle.
Get on the ground.
They wouldn't even be able to shoot a gun. Probably.
Body armor.
They would.
That's the only thing.
Like, what type of raids would they be? Especially with The Walking Dead, they don't have any like raid bosses.
I think it might just be how like a standard game like this would be. It's like the guy just has like a bunch of armor and stuff like that for the raid boss. And I think what it might also be is that when we hear the word raid, we might think of a game like Destiny or World of Warcraft, but it might just be more of like what you think of a raid would be in a actual zombie apocalypse where you're just raiding a base or a town. And they might have different types of raids too, where it could be like one's assaulting an enemy survivor camp of bandits, or one you could just be raiding it's like there's a city and you're just gonna be go to building, but there could be like a massive zombie horde in there or something that you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
There's quite a few different ways they could take it.
Would be quite interesting. We'll see how that pans out. Well, I guess moving on from The Walking Dead is, I guess we'll talk about Infinity War and the Avengers. Just really the culmination of all of Marvel Cinematic Studios' movies. So, obviously, pretty much everybody we've known in every single Marvel movie, like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, is going to be in this movie. But who are you looking forward to seeing in the movie the most?
I'd probably say Thor and Iron Man. I've always kind of liked those two guys. Not as like them fighting side by side, but just Thor's awesome because I like Norse mythology, and with how Ragnarok played out, now he can just shoot lightning wherever he wants to. It's gonna be awesome. Like a walking EMP. And Tony Stark, I just really like the Iron Man suits. I really feel crazy with having all the different suits he has.
I feel like that would be an issue when they work together, since he said he's like a walking EMP. So if he like strikes lightning like near Iron Man, his suit would just be like, mew. No. He's flying in somewhere.
Tony Stark made a giant suit where that's powered by Thor. Screw the Earth battery, powered by Thor.
That sounds pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I don't even know who I'm looking forward to the most. I mean, there isn't really like a super big Marvel hero that stands out to me. I guess seeing the return of Captain America and see how a man like Captain America is going to fare against all of Thanos' minions and whatnot. So I think he'll be interesting to watch, but I really hope they don't have Black Widow making all these dumb jokes again.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that bugged me about all of like the movies that she's in, is she tries to make herself funny, and Scarlett Johansson,
great actress, not a great comedian.
I mean, it's only true. Nothing against just Scarlett Johansson, nothing at all, but
Just stick to being a badass.
yeah. What are you two guys' heroes you're looking forward to?
My issue is, I apologize for saying this, I have not seen the Avengers.
Which
Like
is
any of the movies.
Which is fine. I mean, like, Who is your favorite Marvel hero that you would like to see in the movie?
Are you thinking
Just see like Deadpool
yeah,
make a cameo.
I knew you were gonna. I knew you were gonna say something like that.
T-
They're in the X-Men like story,
Yeah.
isn't he?
I think so.
So
I
I don't know how that would fare with the end.
I mean,
I just probably want to see like the original cast there. I don't know.
Deadpool. I don't know. He's definitely not going to be in this one, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens as the years come by. Now that Disney's acquired Fox.
Yeah. True enough.
What they should do is remake Infinity War and reenact the comic book where Deadpool gets the Infinity Gauntlet.
That would be a recipe for disaster.
This is like I wish you could make like a 30-minute like episode for that. Just have fun with it.
Like a short.
Deadpool causing shenanigans with the Infinity Gauntlet.
He's like
Johnny's like, ooh.
I mean, I want to see. I wish this would happen, but they kind of fell into the whole Fox era, and that was the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I mean, the Fantastic Four, they were like the first set of comic books I ever read. Even before Spider-Man and all the other ones, I read the Fantastic Four first. And I would love to see Doctor Doom and the Human Torch, not the ones from the most recent remake. Just
Oh my god, no.
no.
But more like the. I'm trying
Original.
to think of a joke for the Fantastic Four, but it's
Yeah,
pretty much a joke itself.
you don't even need to make a joke for the Fantastic Four remake. I mean, it is one, and I want them to do justice with the Fantastic Four, and if they bring them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that'd be freaking awesome.
And the good thing about it is that they do bring him in. They could have Doctor Doom be a main villain for the Avengers, basically, because of how great of a villain he is. He has some he's one of the most powerful villains they have, and one of the most capable villains. So I could see him actually devising a plan that could actually require the most of the Avengers to show up. He's got magic and science behind him.
Magic and science.
Magic.
What the fuck was that?
That was a reference.
That no one will understand.
Not even me. So who do you want to see die
Oh.
in Avengers Infinity War?
Tony Stark.
Really?
Tony Stark?
Really?
I
That's
don't know.
interesting. That's
I don't
interesting.
know.
I don't know, but
That's an interesting claim.
I highly doubt they're gonna kill anyone. 'Cause
They will, because there's Vision and his stone in his head. Thanos has got to get it somehow. I mean, what's Vision without his stone? He's a nobody.
Yeah, of course they're probably gonna try and find some way to. They might try and find some way to like have it. Oh, but he's still alive. Like he lives on through this reason or that aspect of it.
Or that bullshit science.
I mean, if they actually have it be where if they actually would like, let's say they kill off like Tony Stark, and then if they actually continue the MCU, it'd be like that would actually be pretty interesting to do because yes, you don't have Tony Stark, but now they're gonna have to find some ways to continue the story and actually have lasting consequences because of the deaths of characters in the movies.
Who is the female Iron Man? What did they call her? It was not Iron Girl. It was not Iron Woman. What did they call her?
Iron female.
Okay,
Shut
then.
up. Ironess. Iron goddess.
You're probably not going to guess it.
Probably not. Iron chick.
Iron Chick.
This is a literal chicken inside of a pseudo car.
God, what the hell was her name? Whatever. I'm just totally gonna pass it. What if they killed?
Riri
What if?
Williams.
What?
Riri Williams.
No, but there's like Iron Star, maybe.
Ironheart.
Ironheart. That's what it is. Ironheart is her name. Now, what if they killed Captain America? Would that be more of a twist or less of a twist than killing Tony Stark? Because he's really like the Avengers leader. But I mean, Tony Stark is like kind of the brains, but he's not really a leader.
They could have Bucky try and take over or something like that. Since who knows?
What about the Hulk?
Really? You think the Hulk would die?
I don't know. We're just making speculation right now. I'm just trying to think of an Avenger that would be killed off.
You want to show the power of Thanos? Have him kill off the Hulk, cause
Just have him stick his gauntlet inside of the Hulk and rip him apart. Well,
then regenerates.
yeah, then regenerates into 2 Hulks.
So obviously we have quite a few candidates for dying off, I should say, superhero.
I didn't even get to make my vote for who I want to see.
You said the Hulk.
No, I said the Hulk would want like I would want to see in the movie, not see in the movie die.
Okay, who do you want to see in the movie?
I would think that Black Panther.
Black Panther will definitely be in the movie because he's in the trailer.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Now, how do you think the Black Panther movie will go coming out, like maybe like literally about 3 months or so before the Avengers comes out? How can they put a story together?
I don't know.
Like how they're gonna tie it all in, or what, or
Like, what are they going to do with these? Are they going to make it like... I don't think it'll be like an origin story, but I see that they have like Black Panther and then somebody else in the Black Panther that pretty much has a Black Panther suit, which they do with almost all of their first superhero movies, like Iron Man. There was an enemy that was like, hey, this Iron Man suit's fucking awesome. I'm going to make one, and I'm going to kick your ass with it. Like, that's what I see in the Black Panther. And I don't know if I like it yet, but we'll see.
yeah, it looks really cool.
This is going to be stupid for me to say, but what about Doctor Strange?
He's in the trailer, too.
He is? No. Is he?
Yes, he is. He's
Are
in
you
the trailer.
Serious?
I think
Okay.
anyone's going to be the one to like, take down Thanos. It's going to be
my
Doctor
God.
Strange.
I have not seen the trailer, so I'm just making guesses right now.
Well, maybe you should watch the trailer, but don't play the audio in the mic, because we're going to be moving on while you watch that trailer.
Yeah.
Um,
The fuck was that?
we're going to talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
We're going to talk about the new video game that is just Insomniac's Spider-Man. Now, do you think this game's going to be a lot like Spider-Man 2, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 video game? Or is it going to be like Spider-Man 3 and be a lot more narrative driven and go through cutscenes where you have to press a specific button in order to continue?
I'm gonna die.
If they brought that back, if they implemented that somehow into the game,
And she's just
that
there.
would
Like,
that would be the best game ever, hands down.
I have no idea on this one.
I don't know. I've seen the gameplay trailer and it kind of worries me a little bit, but I haven't seen if there's going to be like free roam, because I want it to either be like Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2, or the Ultimate Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2. Even though I know you won't be able to play as Venom in this Spider-Man game, but Ultimate Spider-Man was a fucking bomb, and one of my favorites. But shit, I lost my train of thought.
Oh,
goody.
you're talking like how, like what we're expecting it to be like.
Xanos in
Well, yeah. How do you expect it to be like?
Well, the only game I've really played from the Spider-Man franchise was the Spider-Man game on the GameCube. I don't know which one it was. Like, there's too many names for it to go through, but the one that was on the
very
game.
first one.
It wasn't the very first one. It was an earlier one, but that one had more of a mission structure set up where you start off and sometimes there's like a big area for you to explore, but most of the time you're just like going down like the same street all the time. Maybe you can turn left or right around this building, but it's like always, it was a super linear and really story focused. But I think personally for me, it would just have to be, I think the open world would probably be a lot better. So that way you could feel like you're more like Spider-Man, like on patrol or something like that. And
Which is a lot like what Spider-Man 2 was and Ultimate Spider-Man was, and those games were fucking awesome. I did play The Amazing Spider-Man on PS1. That was very linear. Like, very linear. But I still had a bomb time with that. You could have so many different costumes.
yeah.
And with the many different costumes that were in that, I feel like that brought it up too.
We have an intruder.
Pay no attention.
I can crinkle my coat.
And I can throw a can at you.
Goodbye.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So,
It's for a lot of Spider-Man games seem like they're either good, decent, or on rare occasions bad. So
like Spider-Man 3.
yeah.
That was horrible.
You want to kill the spider.
But also that was teased in the video game. The Spider-Man video game was Miles Morales, the most recent Spider-Man and the African-American Spider-Man. Not as powerful as Peter Parker, but it kind of ties in with the new animated Spider-Man movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah, I saw a trailer for that.
Oh, so you saw that trailer, but not the Avengers trailer.
I was at the movie theater when I watched Star Wars, and you know that they play every trailer before the movie starts. I saw one that had Spider-Man, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good.
That was the Avengers trailer.
No,
It was not animated.
no, I saw a Spider-Man animated trailer
There's no way.
at the movie theater.
A Spider-Man animated movie trailer at the theater?
Yeah,
Which theater did you go to?
Eastwood.
Here?
Yeah,
You mean Edgewood or East Park?
East Park. That's what.
Interesting.
Eastwood.
Eastwood.
Interesting. All right, well, if they played it, then they played it.
Combine both the movie theaters. It is now Eastwood. It's between the two movie theaters, just like distance-wise.
But, yeah, he's Black Spider-Man. Still weaker than Peter Parker, but he isn't fully developed yet. I feel like this animated movie should be pretty cool, what with having all the different Spider-Mans and Peter Parkers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, should it get all the hype that it's getting?
I
mean,
a lot of people are just hyping up to like unholy levels again because, to me, it's just don't like be spreading rumors about what hasn't been confirmed yet. Only talk about what has been confirmed and keep speculations to a minimum because, I mean, every game should get hype, but no game should be it. People should be playing that this game is going to be super fantastic right from the get-go because we don't really know what it's going to be like.
Some people would have high expectations for games and movies, And if they don't meet that expectation, they're just like, well, shit, I'm not playing this game again.
Your fault for having too high of expectations.
Yeah.
But what about the movie? Like, is that in a similar way?
I really haven't seen anyone like absolutely freaking out about the movie, so I think might just get a little bit more hype. So people just like, yeah, let's just go see it and see how it pans out. But as of right now, I haven't really heard too much about people talking about the movie too much. I think it might have a little too little hype, but who knows? For sure.
Well, I don't. At all. But I was always a big Spider-Man guy growing up. And so I hope that the game is like Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. Like, in my order of favorite Spider-Man games, it would have to go Spider-Man 2. Then The Amazing Spider-Man. No, I'm sorry. Spider-Man 2, then Ultimate Spider-Man. And then The Amazing Spider-Man. Mainly because The Amazing Spider-Man had a lot of different costumes and stuff, but it was pretty linear. And the other top two were open world. And I just think Spider-Man 2 was better, like a better open world. And I hope it's more like that one, which it looks like it is so far, but we'll see. Because if it's anything like Spider-Man 3, then I have a big feeling that I'm going to be very disappointed. Even though I know you like the whole "I'm gonna die" thing, it's not worth it.
It's one of those where it's like, the game's so bad it's good, and only play it for that reason, just to get to that cutscene.
Yeah.
Get that cutscene, do it a few times, and then just only pick it up. When you're supposed to do the cutscene
Roll
again.
credits.
That game is so bad that I just can't even. It's bad. I hate that game.
Unless you want to start memeing, by all means.
By all memes.
By all memes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess. Oh, what should we do? I think I need to go grab my phone charger real quick. So we'll have a slight intermission. Not really sure I have anybody to promote this week. I don't know if you guys have anybody you wanted to shout out or anything like that, but I don't know if you guys wanted to take the floor or something with something like that while I go grab something to drink and the laptop charger. So just speak your mind while I do this.
We're going to shout outs to
Like
YouTubers.
YouTubers, Twitch streamers, whatever, who are not already big. So do not promote Markiplier or PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or any of those guys because they don't need it. They definitely don't need it.
Sorry, the Vanos is not on the
I
list.
know.
Damn it. Yeah, Thanos is popular, but
What I was wanting to get mentioned here too is a YouTuber called Blazing Knight. He mainly does videos on things like Monster Hunter and Fire Emblem, which is probably his preferred game, but he's one of the few YouTubers who I like to say he's kind of good with his content, where he gives a few little tips on if you're playing Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, like some of his favorite characters and aspects of that. He's not like the guy who goes to is like, oh, I need to know like what's the best of the best, but his content's good and I like his style of humor.
Any other promotions?
what about you?
None so far. It's just like daily basis I watch my main YouTubers.
Well, of course you do.
That's no surprise.
You need to branch out a little bit, man.
If Derek, if you need another one, I have another YouTuber I could recommend to you, which would be Eric's Gaming. He has done videos on The Division, and his main ones are Destiny and Monster Hunter again. And I really say his weapon tutorials for Monster Hunter are some of the best I have seen. So since Monster Hunter World is going to come out here in less than a month, if you need some additional pointers on like what weapon would be best for me, check out his weapon workshops for the games. And if he doesn't have any ones for Monster Hunter World, I would just recommend looking at ones on Generations, or for like if you look at his weapon for Generations, like that's basically how they're gonna play. And then once you get into the actual game, and once you get into Monster Hunter World, you just have to basically find the one or two slight differences. But even then, Monster Hunter World is just me so easy for newcomers. I'm really hyped for that game. At the start of the year, you can play it at the end of the year.
Wait, when does it come out?
The 26th. 26th or 23rd.
Mark your
January?
calendars, everyone. 26th.
23rd or 26th?
Hold on.
That's what he's checking for.
So.
Monster Hunter World Monster.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out something right now. You can calm yourself down there, Casey. But regardless, it's just a 3-day difference.
The girl would hear that.
Shut up, Casey. The 26th.
The 26th of January?
Yeah, 26th
Okay,
of
so
January.
so mark your calendars, everyone. The 26th of January, Monster Hunter World.
Y'all are weird.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
Well, you have him on this show, so
True.
you gotta deal with it.
I mean, you deal with Derek every day. So
No, he deals with me every day. This is a chance for him to get some difference in kind.
Revenge.
Revenge, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Fries, motherfucker.
All rise, motherfucker.
Here's a pie, motherfucker.
My eyes, motherfucker. Nice try,
Motherfucker.
Okay,
All right. Transition to the next topic.
we're done with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what we want in It Chapter 2. Who actually went and saw It?
Not me.
Nobody?
I would
I-
have loved to see it.
I haven't
but-
seen it, but I've seen a lot of it on YouTube and stuff like that.
Well, so with It, I'm
Would
at what?
Would it be like the second old movie, where it's just like now they're adults and
Yeah,
to deal with this situation? Is it going to be a lot like that, or?
Probably.
it will probably end up being a lot like that, because obviously Chapter 1 was just when they were kids, and we do want the book, or excuse me, the movie to follow the book when it comes to Chapter 2, but do we want like a little bit of a origin story of It? I didn't really give that in the book.
Just because it's not terrible.
Well,
Could
I
be an
mean,
interesting take on it. Just
yeah,
like,
it would be an interesting thing. Like, maybe after they make Chapter 2, they could make like an origin story of it.
I would
Or
say
like,
that,
or like at least somewhat implement the origin story into Chapter 2 in some way.
I think if anything, it would be in Chapter 2 and probably be brief on it
Yeah.
because
Like
Or
either
at the beginning of the movie, or like in the middle of it?
probably more towards in the middle, maybe.
or maybe you can. It might be a little bit more confusing this way, but maybe they have a slight aspects of it pop up here and there throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Because, well, I think they could kind of follow up with it, like, I'd say probably be good as like an opener. So I would say mainly towards the beginning of the movie, Because nobody really knows the origins of it, and nobody in the book ever really knew the origins of it. But I'd say it'd be good for the opening, and then they transition into the adult lives of those children. So, I mean, I could totally see it.
Yeah.
I could totally see it. But, I don't know. This topic was actually a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Probably
But
because you didn't have Jordan here.
he would have definitely provided some input.
Yeah.
But, like I said, last minute
Ditch.
ditch.
Ditch like a bitch.
But, yeah,
It's true.
it is true. It is true. I might substitute our next topic because I have zero experience with that. But I think I'll just finish up the what we want in It Chapter 2 is we want more scary stuff.
Of course.
Obviously, we want a conclusion to our wonderful story that we pretty much all know, but I want more scary stuff because It Chapter 1 was pretty scary, but I need more scary stuff and not just a continuation of the story because that's what it is. It's terrifying. And if they disappoint me like they did in this miniseries, then I don't know. The miniseries wasn't fantastic, obviously, because it was a miniseries on TV. But you know, it's just still something I wanted. Some scary shit.
Something's just gonna have to be made into a TV show. Made into a movie, but not TV.
Yeah, but
It's kind of like implementing a video game to a movie. Just won't work.
Yeah.
Certain things cannot be adapted into certain things.
it depends on the movie and it depends on the game that they make.
Yeah.
It's like, Sly Cooper. That was a game I played a lot on the PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah.
The one thing I kind of want to see from there's going to be a Sly Cooper movie. The one thing I want to see from it is because I never saw it in the trailer, and quite possibly they'll make an appearance. Carmelita.
Oh, she has to be in there. She's
She has to be in there.
she's a
With
big
all
She's
the
not. It's
old
just like
dudes and
this
stuff
isn't
like
a
that.
complete movie.
The only
But
character
that's
I
the
also
Sly Carmelita conflict.
Yeah, but I kind of also want to see it like follow the whole story in that game though. Just like maybe show like him in the orphanage kind of like connecting with Murray and Bentley, and then like from that point on they grow as thieves.
I want to make
together.
another point. Some movie company is actually going to try to implement some Call of Duty storyline into a movie.
Oh dear.
What do you mean Call of Duty storyline?
That'd be
Like-
Warfare.
That's what I'm trying to like say. Like maybe like Modern Warfare or Black Ops.
But the thing is, we have so many modern warfare stories out there, like American Sniper, I would say Full Metal Jacket, but that's a little bit different. But like Black Hawk Down, those are all very modern warfare-y type of movies.
Yeah.
And I think we've had plenty.
Okay, then let's go with Infinity War. Infinite Warfare.
No.
Oh my God.
Please no.
People
Everyone loved that
would
game.
kill themselves or
Said no
just
one.
because-
The game was terrible, but you could have an original story.
Well, I mean,
Quotation
the
marks.
campaign was the only good thing about it, though.
In Infinite Warfare?
Yeah, it was actually good. in my
I don't know about
But-
that. I don't think there was anything good about Infinite Warfare.
There were like a couple of points where he should have died.
That's in
Who?
every Call of Duty
The
game.
Well,
main
yeah.
character.
Well,
Duh.
It's par for the course in every Call of Duty game.
but you know what?
Survives.
No.
Advanced Warfare campaign. That was the one I liked.
Yeah. You know what? Captain Price will live on.
Captain Price is dead. Get over it. I agree, though. The Advanced Warfare storyline was very, very good for one reason and one reason alone, and that is Kevin Spacey.
Of course.
Yes.
I love Kevin Spacey as an actor so much, even though he's a rapist or whatever. It's just he's still a very talented actor. I actually liked him as Lex Luthor in Superman Returns, even though that movie was kind of garbage. Kevin Spacey made Lex Luthor awesome. But no, they had to go with Jesse Eisenberg in their new movies. That's ridiculous, if you ask me.
He actually had hair.
Yeah. So stupid.
We're not going to go over the Justice League or anything like that. But the point is, we just want scary stuff in it, Chapter 2, and all that kind of stuff.
After a little tangent.
I think, like, what I'm kind of thinking I want in movie trailers is just, like, a short 30-second trailer of just, like, one short scene of, like, something... a character's, like, for example, a character's walking down a dark hallway and they see somebody on the other side, so it goes up to him or her and goes for the shoulder, and it just cuts to black, and then, like, that's all you see, and then you have to, like, go to watch the movie to, like,
Hear what happens.
yeah, because that'll be more suspenseful, and thus it'll make it more scary. If you just showed, like, several scenes from a movie, it's like,
That don't
most of them
show
were-
like the jump scares and everything.
yeah, if they showed the jump scares in, like, most of the scenes, it's just like, well, that kind of
I know what
everything.
to. Yeah, it's like you go to the movie after seeing jump scares, and it's just like, all right, I know what to expect.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want to see in scary movies. If they don't put that in there, then I'll probably see them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to get scared myself, but the problem is they show the scary parts in the trailer, and it's just like, okay.
A lot of movies tend to do that, where they show all the best scenes in
Yeah.
the trailer. I know, like, they're trying to sell you on it, but at the same time, it's like, well, now that they've already shown you all the good parts of it, you don't really have to go see the movie.
Why go see the movie? Well, I don't know how I'm gonna morph this next topic into anything. I mean, we might go very, very briefly into these types of controllers. But there's the Xbox One Elite controller, and then there's, like, scuff controllers that have, like, paddles on the back.
From when I asked Jordan how his controller was, he said it was pretty dope.
That's one way to put it.
That's such a...
From what we can guess, the Elite controller is pretty good.
Now, the only thing that I can assume about the Elite controller that makes it good, besides the paddles on the back to give you, like, I mean, the reason they have paddles on the back is that you can use your back two fingers for, like, jumping or whatever, where you wouldn't need to move your thumb away from your aiming stick to, like, the A button.
That's true. Yeah.
And so that's why they want that's why they made it so that you could easily jump and stuff while aiming. And, you know, I get it, and I don't think they're, like, modded. I mean, it's definitely modded, but I don't think it's, like, I think it's still a professional item to use in like a competition or something. I mean, you have, like, a good tennis racket if you're playing tennis, or you have, like, really good gloves and football to catch a football.
Yeah.
It's really all about your equipment. And while some of them do give you, like, a little bit of advantage, it's just really how dedicated you are to use said equipment in battle. And I know some people are like, no, you can't use that controller here. It wouldn't be fair. Well, I mean, no sport would ever really be fair then.
And especially if you had it be where it's like, oh, you can only play if you use this controller, then that's also has problems, because then you could have it be, if you had multiple leagues for different types of controllers, some leagues will be a lot bigger than others. Because it's like, if you wanted to, like, for fighting games, if you wanted to use, like, the keyboard, you'd have a certain fighting group for that one. If you're using a standard console controller, you have another tournament. And if you have the like arcade joypad thing, then that'd be another tournament. that just be kind of a little bit too hectic. So just gotta just say whichever one you use, stick with it. 'Cause you can win with almost any with your controller. Really shouldn't depend on whether you win or not. It's just someone make it a little bit harder. Just pass on them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's that. Okay.
Did you want to talk about Dino Crisis?
Yeah, we'll talk about that right now.
Cool.
This happened literally about an hour and a half ago, where okay. Anyways, they didn't reveal, they didn't announce, they didn't do anything. They just teased on Twitter that Capcom would be making a new Dino Crisis game. Now, with Dino Crisis comes a lot of risk, but also a lot of gain if you do it right. You don't do it right by doing Dino Crisis 3, Dinosaurs in Space.
Hey, I said did it, and it flopped.
Yeah, are you surprised? They did it with Friday the 13th, and that flopped.
Just because you put something in space doesn't mean it's good.
I mean, Jason in Space is ridiculous.
Sharknado in space.
They would do it. They would do it, and they would make it a good movie because that's how Sharknado is.
Fuck Sharknado.
Well, because
it's
it's
so bad. Well, it's a so bad it's good movie. Because, like,
they intend to make those movies bad.
yeah, they intended to make
They were
those movies
intentionally
bad.
crafted to be bad.
Yeah, but it's fucking
That's why they're
hilarious.
awesome.
They're trying to make it as serious. I'm just like, dude, stop it. They, what? They made like 5 Sharknado movies now. I think. Wasn't Seth Rollins in the 5th one? No, he's in the 4th one.
They put Seth Rollins in the movie.
If for those of you who don't know, Seth Rollins is a WWE professional wrestler.
Yes.
And he was in Sharknado 4.
Yeah, he was in
Yes.
it like a short bit.
Probably got eaten by a shark.
No, he was
he
on like a
died.
He was on like a mountain or something like
He
that.
was like, he was at like some sort of electrical area trying to keep it. I think it was electrical area, but he was over there trying to like deal with something, and then he died.
Yeah, he died during that like process of like putting something in. It's like, and then it's like, well, he's gone.
Well, getting back to Dino Crisis.
Yeah, like getting
Sorry.
not getting off topic.
Yeah, sorry.
The way you make a good Dino Crisis game is you make it a lot like the first one, and not so much like the second one. Whereas the second one was more action-packed and still very cool. You don't make it like the second one because the second one just wasn't scary. I mean, it was like going from... It's like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 were like Dino Crisis 1. And then Resident Evil 4, I would say, is Dino Crisis 2. And then Resident Evil 5 and 6 was Dino Crisis 3.
It's kind of funny how a lot of horror games, like a lot of those games, like they start off as a horror, get like half horror, half action, and then just go full on action.
Yep, Dead Space in a nutshell.
And
Yeah.
Also, Fear's kind of done that in some ways.
Yeah, Fear, definitely.
It's just like I understand like horror isn't the biggest appeal. I mean, if you just had people, it's like action. It's like yeah, a lot more people are gonna try it, but at the same time, you kind of gotta keep some consistencies in your franchise.
Because with the first Dino Crisis game, it was a horror game that was it was such a good horror game because like even though the game was called Dino Crisis, you didn't encounter a dinosaur until like maybe a half hour into the game, and they made it like they built up the suspense. Like you were finding a dead body around all mangled to pieces, In your head, you knew it was dinosaurs because, like I said, Dino Crisis. But the suspense to actually seeing the dinosaur was so well put together that it was disappointing when they had Dino Crisis 3.
And isn't it like it's like they're just dinosaurs? They're like genetically mutated, or
No, like they're
Yeah,
just
it's
straight up dinosaurs until Dino Crisis 3.
hey, go figure. But it's also kind of the same thing. It's like a reason why this first one's gonna be so good. It's like they didn't have to rely on some fantastical other like supernatural phenomenon. It's like, oh, these aren't demons. They aren't undead. They're just dinosaurs. And
We haven't had a good dinosaur game in a long time.
it's funny because
Besides Dino Horde.
What the heck is Dino Horde?
It's
probably something Markiplier played.
it was.
Oh,
Know this.
Yeah. It's just basically kind of like a wave game sort of deal. You just have to survive waves of dinosaurs attacking you.
Here's my question: is the game good, or did it appear good because of the person giving commentary on it?
I mean, to me, it looked good. You get awesome weapons. That's it.
and
I was excited for the weapons.
now I'm talking like a good
Yeah.
dinosaur game. Like what if they did to Dino Crisis what they did to Resident Evil?
Where it's like you have
Yeah.
the first person and
Yeah.
Either first person would be fine. Third person would be okay too, but they have to go back to the original style.
Yeah.
And but they make it horror again.
well, because what I was thinking with it,
Yeah.
like whether it was actually it's just so good is like I know like you could pull from Jurassic Park here, but they have the aspects where it's like you could be trying to like escape this one location. You're just hearing all these noises, just thinking like you're trying to be sneaky and all, but you don't realize they full on know where you are and they are actively hunting you. So it's just could be like you're sneaking through, but all of a sudden it could be one where they could have one of those scenes where you're just like walking down a corridor. If you look to the left at this certain point, you see like one of the raptors looking through one of the walls like directly at you, and you're like, yeah, I don't think this is a very safe place to be right now. And they could easily just make it such a tense game.
Or they could have like a moment where maybe you're inside a building, kind of like a broken down building, and you see like part of the building is chipped. You can see like through it there, and there's a dinosaur on the other side, and you don't know it. You're just like walking forward, and then all of a sudden you get to a certain point where it just like moves, and then it's like you see this, you see outside again. It's just, oh no.
Yeah, there's a lot they could do good within.
Ooh, and they like you can see like it like in a small hole you see like this like huge eye, and then like what is it like shrinks shrinks down into like this small slit, and you're just like, oh shit, I'm screwed.
I mean, it's true. There's a lot they could do with it, and
You just hope that they do it right. Yeah.
I don't want them. Like I hope they're doing it, and I hope they don't announce it till they're ready to release it, because I don't want them to pull a Silent Hills.
Well,
I got too hyped for that game.
Oh yeah, the PT.
I got way too hyped, and then I was that's my biggest letdown of a game cancellation ever.
also because Konami's kind of terrible.
They were terrible. But I want to make it, since I totally forgot our original poll question of which Avengers, like which main Avengers character did you want to die? I'm going to kind of change the poll question on Twitter. If they do a new Dino Crisis, do you think they should make a new one? Like, do you want a new Dino Crisis game, first of all? There'll be a yes or a no answer. And then there'll be a third option you can vote for. That'll be Dino Crisis Remake, where they remake the first game on, like, PlayStation 4, even Xbox One, because I know Dino Crisis 3 was on Xbox, so they would definitely make it for Xbox One, too. Do you think they should remake it over, or do you just want them to make a new one?
New characters, new locations, that sort of thing.
So that'll be our poll question. I'll have that up here in a few minutes. But let's just move on to our last topic here. We're going to wrap it up here with our last topic. Obviously, this is our last show and even our last topic of 2017. 2017 is just what we kicked off the Garden Show, and obviously Fireteam Ranger. Just really what we want to do. Just our resolution is to have Season 1 of Fireteam Ranger completed. We at least want to have Season 2 started. At least have Season 2 started because just based on recording lines that we've done, it's going to be it's going to be something. It's going to be pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then Episode 3 will probably be even better. So we look forward to releasing all that stuff once we're finished with it, but it's a big project. And the second episode is going to be a lot harder than the first one to do. So we'll have to get going on that. But
I feel we can do it.
yeah, I agree. Like, I feel we definitely could do something like that. Let's see. And I say we should at least have 50 continuous podcasts, like no interruptions in between. Just like since we're on week 4 here.
Jordan.
Fucking Jordan. 46 weeks later, which will be like November, I think, we'll be on episode 50. Either November or October, I don't know. But either way, 50 continuous episodes. We're already 4 episodes in.
4 down, 46 to go.
Indeed. I do have some personal resolutions. Like what Jordan did this past year is what I'm going to be doing. I am going to not be drinking pop for a full year. Like, at all. I also want to read all the Harry Potter books because I haven't even read any of them. So, those are just my goals. Like, you guys have any goals that you wanted to share?
For my New Year's, I'm going to be drawing more.
Hell yeah, drawing more, getting those comics out there. We have...
Because it's like, I've just only been sitting... Like, I've gotten more tired over, like, this year than I have, like, any others.
Probably because you've been working your ass off at the
Pretty
old
much.
people home.
The old people home. So, what I want to do is I want to draw more.
Yes, we have Derek here working on one of our main comics that I will not say until we are ready to release it.
Yes.
But it's pretty freaking awesome. And with his goal of drawing more, we should have it done, and it should be released, and it should be awesome. That's definitely a good one to have. Anybody have any others?
Alex?
I want to actually side with Derek on this one and say draw more, because while he's doing like more cartoony type of drawings, I'm doing more like realistic types of drawings.
You're getting, like, people in for, like, video games and stuff like that.
Making, like, realistic looking game covers that I'm planning on doing in the future after I graduate from college.
Yeah, Alex wants to make games.
Yeah, game programmer. Great major.
Indeed. Yeah. And I've always thought programming was kind of fun. I always think of game programming like almost like a crossword puzzle, or maybe even like a Sudoku puzzle, like just making sure it all fits and it fits together perfectly. Yeah. I've always enjoyed programming, and I mean, the only thing about programming is that you just have to know the language and you have to know how to do it. And if you know how to do it, you could figure out some pretty awesome stuff to put in a game.
Yeah. I also just want to survive 2018 in college. Specifically in college. Cause,
you'll do fine.
Yeah, I'm going to need all those prayers, man.
Will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018 is going to be a good year. I'll finally be done with the National Guard in February. That's my number one thing about 2018 I'm looking forward to, and it just so happens to be in February, like not the very beginning, but close to the beginning of the year, and I just can't wait. Because it's not the life for me. I mean, I get why it's the life for people, and, I had a good time. I had a good time in it, but not as a career. Nope, not for me.
Apparently, February is going to be a good month for music, too. I've been listening to the radio as well. Starset will be performing.
Oh yeah, Starset. That the band's pretty fucking awesome.
It is. And a lot of other great bands they will be playing on February.
Yeah. I also want to make another resolution. Probably go to the theaters and see at least 5 movies over the course of 2018.
I think you can actually do that in a month.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's not that hard at all. I saw...
I want to see
50.
I don't know if I want it.
Every movie, good and bad.
Well, I say at least 5 movies. I might see more, but I just want to see the movies that I find appealing.
Makes sense, because I don't have any problem seeing movies that I think are appealing, especially ones that I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
I just have a tough time reading books, and not just because I'm not a good reader. It's just mainly because I can get really invested in a book, but then I have the motivation to do something else, and then I kind of lose my place in a book, and then I feel like I have to restart. When I guess I really don't need to, but I feel like it's the best thing to do.
I hate reading.
I mean...
Well, you're going to be reading a lot of computer code soon, so
I know.
get used to it.
That's probably the only thing I'm ever going to looking forward to reading.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't hate reading, because I'm like a third of the way through Stephen King's It, which is practically, a third of that book is like a book in and of itself. But, God.
A trilogy of books.
Yeah, and I feel like with Harry Potter, I can go from a small book like the Sorcerer's Stone, easy to read, all that kind of stuff, and I can move on to the Deathly Hallows, which is probably the biggest, if not the second biggest, because I think maybe the Order of the Phoenix might be bigger. But I think it might actually help me get into reading a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of ironic I say I hate reading, but for all the game covers that I've made, which is over 40 that I made over the course of the year, I'm come up with stories, storylines for each game. I'm on my 9th one right now, and I like reading those storylines, but I hate reading books. So I kind of find that ironic that I hate reading, but I love coming up with my own storylines for the games that I've created.
And that's understandable, because I like coming up with universes and stories and whatnot. But gosh, it's just tough to read. I mean, it's not tough to read, because that kind of sounds like a moron thing to say. It's just, oh, it's tough to read. It's not that hard to read. It's
hard to stay focused.
It's hard to stay focused, and it's hard to really motivate yourself when you're not really a person who reads.
To me. Literally everybody. Except for maybe college professors.
Yeah.
Well, maybe even college professors don't like reading. And they just want to all right, let's bullshit the quiz, guys. Hey, guys, you want to read for me? Yeah. Read the teacher book for me, guys. All right, you could pass every quiz with that shit.
All right, Timmy, read page 4. Go.
Okay. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Wrong book.
This is science class.
Yeah.
How about for you, Ryan? Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I say for me, I'm really gonna starting to get my a collection of my voice acting talents, get together and start trying to save enough money so I can probably move to like Texas or somewhere where I can actually start a voice acting career, because that's one thing I'd really like to do.
Do it, man. Interesting.
It'll take some time, but
Oh yeah.
hopefully eventually I can get there.
Did you take acting lessons in school at all, or no?
I took a few acting classes, but
Well, yeah, a few acting classes. You're getting like personal experience with Fire Team Ranger at least.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, it may not be something professional, but it's something, I think it's something you put on a resume. I know it's something that I would.
the more you can put on a resume, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with acting. Like, the more projects you've done, the more experience you have, and the more, you know, the better it looks.
Yeah.
One thing, I don't know. One thing that another resolution that I wanted to do is, I'm a little indecisive, but I'm kind of stuck because I think I want to start streaming more, but I also want to work on projects like, you know, hidden projects that we are kind of working on for, you know, a different kind of universe that I can't really talk about, but I also want to work on those too, but I also want to stream more. I got to find, I want a resolution to be like, try to find time and a good time to do stuff like that. It's kind of tough, but it's still a resolution nonetheless. As we come up on our last 7.5 hours of 2017.
Yeah.
Probably one of the quickest years I've ever been in.
Yeah. 1 second I graduated, another second I'm back in school.
For a semester.
Yeah.
For a
And then it's
Yeah.
Christmas.
I agree. I mean, these years are just going by so quick.
Yeah.
And that's right.
The world needs to slow down.
Yeah, I feel like the world is just starting to spin a little bit quicker. Like, it's just spinning much faster and faster, and we barely notice. And it's also speeding up our clocks. And it just,
Twilight Zone.
we just be like, we look at our clock and we're like, wow, I guess it has been an hour. I guess it is 6:30. I guess it makes sense. When really the world is spinning quicker and it's also speeding up our clocks. What if something like that was happening?
It's like 6:30. You look at TV. Look at 7 o'clock. Oh shit! You go to sleep 30 minutes. You wake up 5 hours later.
Oh, sweet. It's January 1st, a new year. It's Christmas already?
Oh yeah! Valentine's Day is coming up. It's snowing because it's Christmas.
It's 2018. It's 2024.
Wait, 2024? Where did the years go?
2030.
My God, I can't even imagine.
Hey guys, how's it going? Here from 20.
I'm already old. I haven't even had sex yet.
I still work at the old people
My life in a nutshell.
I've never had sex yet.
Oh man. Well, I guess those are really some of. I guess those are really our resolutions, but mainly just for the show here. We want to get season 1 done, season 2 at least out there, and then obviously 50 continuous episodes. That's what I think we need to do. Well, any last words, fellas?
I like pancakes. Happy New Year's, everyone. Before we close out.
ASMR.
All right.
You can do that on your.
Do you like syrup on your pancakes?
All right.
I'm sorry.
They're getting too crazy now.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, everybody, and have a happy New Year. I guess we'll see you next year.
Should we do a Jordan line?
No.
No.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do it.
What's his line?
The water, those.
Snapdragons.
Or just a flower.
What are those snapdragons?
Yeah, you better water those snapdragons, cause I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what the line is, but
I feel like each episode we should come up with a different flower. Do it.
Be sure to water those tulips, kiddies.
Press L1 to kill
Why
a
are those
squirrel.
Venus flytraps?
Water those Venus flytraps, because otherwise you'll get invaded. All right.
Careful, don't
What was it?
get bitten.
1930s baseball announcers. Yeah, see? Here's the ball at the park. All right.
All right. Well, we're going to head out. I hope you all have a wonderful new year. Have fun. Don't get too drunk. Or don't. Just be safe.
Don't die.
Just be safe. Y'all have a wonderful New Year's. All right? Okay, bye.